Welcome to Mindfulness Podcast, where we explore fascinating ideas that shape the way we live. I am Lakshita, and today we are diving into something really exciting: psychological richness. It's a concept that goes beyond just happiness or success. Have you ever had an experience so mind blowing and that it changed the way you see the world? That psychological richness, a life filled with diverse experiences, curiosity, and learning. Now, don't get me wrong, happiness is great, meaning is important, but psychological richness, it's what makes life feel like an adventure, full of twists and turns and surprising discoveries. It's about stepping out of our comfort zone, embracing challenges, and growing in ways we never imagined. What is psychological richness? Think about the moments that have shaped you the most. Were they always joyful? Probably not. Some of the most transformative experiences come from stepping outside of our comfort zones, facing challenges, and seeing the world from a completely new perspective. Psychological richness isn't about playing it safe, it's about saying yes to experiences that push us beyond the familiar. Research from the Journal of Happiness Studies and the Journal of Positive Psychology shows that a psychologically rich life is one full of novel, complex, and perspective changing experiences. People who embrace this lifestyle tend to be more open minded, adaptable, and resilient. They don't just chase comfort, they chase depth, diversity, and growth. Okay, now, but why does this matter? And why should we actively seek psychological richness? First, it makes us more adaptable. Life throws curveballs. The more diverse experience we have, the better we get at handling change. People who expose themselves to different environments and ideas are better problem solvers and tend to have a stronger cognitive flexibility. Secondly, it enhances personal transformation. Have you ever had a conversation that completely shifted the way you think, or traveled somewhere that changed your entire outlook on life? That's psychological richness at work. When we open ourselves to new experiences, we grow in ways we never thought possible. Third, it builds emotional resilience. Let's be real, life isn't always sunshine and rainbows, but when we engage with life deeply and meaningfully, even the tough times become valuable lessons. Studies show that people with psychologically rich lives develop stronger emotional endurance, helping them navigate setbacks with grace. And lastly, it makes life just so much more interesting. Imagine a life where every day feels the same, where you know exactly what's going to happen and nothing ever surprises you. It sounds boring, right? Psychological richness keeps life fresh, exciting, and full of discovery. So, how do we bring more psychological richness into our everyday lives? It's actually simpler than you might think. Start by saying yes to new experiences. Try that weird dish you've never heard of. Take a different route home. Join a class on something completely outside your comfort zone. Life gets richer when we open ourselves to novelty. Next, challenge your beliefs. Read books or articles that makes you feel uncomfortable. Have conversation with people who think differently from you. When we step outside of our intellectual echo chambers, we open doors to new perspectives. Cultivate curiosity, ask more questions, learn for the sake of learning. Dive deep into topics that fascinate you, even if they have no practical purpose. Curiosity is the fuel of a rich mind. And most importantly, embrace uncertainty. Psychological richness isn't about having all the answers, it's about being okay with not knowing and finding joy in the journey of discovery. Now, before we wrap up, let's clear up some misconceptions. Some people think a rich life equals a happy life. Not necessarily. Happiness is about feeling good, while psychological richness is about feeling deeply engaged with life, even during its messy and complicated moments. Others believe you need big dramatic experience to have a psychologically rich life. No, you don't have to travel the world or live an extraordinary life to cultivate psychological richness. Small everyday choices like talking to someone new or trying a different routine can make a huge difference. And finally, uncertainty is bad. Actually, uncertainty is where the magic happens. When we embrace the unknown, we give ourselves room to grow, evolve, and experience life in all its depth. At the end of the day, a psychologically rich life isn't about avoiding difficulties, it's about embracing them as a part of the adventure. It's about staying curious, pushing boundaries, and allowing ourselves to grow in ways we never expected. So, how can you start adding more psychological richness to your life today? Maybe it's by picking up a book outside your usual interest, starting a conversation with someone who challenges your viewpoint, or saying yes to something that scares you just a little bit. Thank you for hanging out with me today on the Mindfulness Podcast. If this episode resonated with you, be sure to subscribe and share it with someone who might enjoy it. And remember, keep exploring, keep growing, and most importantly, keep living richly. See you next time. Bye bye.